Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and this is another one of the little videos that we're making in Norfolk. I'm joined by the lovely Kevin Hall. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Richard.
We must love ruined churches.
I think we must do.
Because we spotted on the map, nothing has been planned really, but today's been full of ruins. We've been to the Abbey at St Benet's Abbey. We went to All Saints at Billockby.
Yep.
Which was a church in ruins, and now we've seen here Burgh St Mary's, which is a 14th century church,
40, yeah,
made of flint with an octagonal based bell tower.
Yep.
And it seems to have been permanently in disrepair, and eventually by 1602 it has been left and is now covered by trees and is in a ruinous state and just abandoned in the middle of a ploughed field that you can see that we're walking on. So
yes,
we thought we'd bring you the best of Norfolk and we'll go and investigate it.
Yeah.
I was expecting, when I saw on the map, I was actually expecting just some I don't know what you call it, footings and stuff like that.
yeah.
But actually there's a lot more to this one than meets the eye.
Absolutely.
But again, covered in trees, covered in ivy, and I don't know how much we can access until we get there.
Because it's just, from what we can see at the moment, it's just a mass
I've just said that.
of trees and ivy.
I've just said all of that. I'll let you go ahead. Before I go in, I just want to circumnavigate the site to see what bits you can see, and actually from this side you can't get in at all, but there is the octagonal top bit, I think, and then below is a round tower. I think that's how it works out. And we duck down through here. Now this is great because you can actually get into it. Presumably it's been made safe, and this is the inside of the round tower. I know that Norfolk is known for its round towers, and it's the flint. I think, you see, it's very hard to have square edges when you just make it of flint, and when you think this is built back in the 13th, 14th, 13th century, something like that,
Yeah.
Easier to keep it all the way round than to have square edges, because you'd need some, I don't know, some big blocks of sandstone. And this is well in from anywhere. You've got to cart all that.
Yeah.
So there's brick, and then there's mainly flint and rubble. But
Could be an original timber there.
something is holding up,
Yeah.
peering up there to that bit of old timber there. That's an old beam, obviously, or a joist.
How thick the walls are as well, Richard.
And you see that thickness by the window, don't you?
Yeah, that's incredible. That's got to be 2.5 feet thick, and it's all flint all the way through.
I'm going to go around this side, see what else we can see. Another archway here. Come through this ivy. It's very spooky. Bits of trees all around. We get another view from the top there, looking down. And that's the thing, it's been empty and abandoned longer than when it was built. If it was built in the 13th century, let's say give it that early date, that's about 1250. It was abandoned in 1600, so that's about 400 years that it's been empty, and it was only in service and under repair, it seems, from what I read, for all the time that it was built. It may be because the rubble and the flint, is just the workmanship probably wasn't terribly good. But there we are, a round tower. It's interesting. This is the view from the other side. We were inside the tower there. And let's look up to the top, where there was some form of octagonal base. I guess that's the top where the crenellations would have been, or castellations, or parapet wall. Great chunks of flint. And clearly, as I mentioned earlier, it's safe enough, no health and safety, no fencings and what have you. It's been here long enough, I guess, that they've worked out it's not going to collapse anytime soon, which says that some of it is pretty good. If that's the tower, it was a very small church, wasn't it? Because I can't think that the rest of this is the footprint.
No, there's one more bit of wall there, right on the end, underneath all that ivy. But that, it almost looks as if it goes to there and then perhaps cuts back round a little bit.
Well, towers are usually on the west.
Yeah.
Let's go and have another little look through here. Oh, blimey.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So it would have come back here. This would have been the nave or whatever. There's a wall here with a tree grown in it. That's ivy growing down. That is amazing. I've never seen ivy with great big branches that reach down quite so much. That's very impressive. But yeah, tiny little single cell church. It must have been. This would have been in the nave here. And that must have been the rear wall, I guess, with the east window that way, pointing towards the North Sea.
Yeah. Two huge old tree stumps there on the end, just there.
Yeah,
Huge things.
they must have been at one point resting against the end, what would have been the back wall.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And yeah, this what looks like a tree is not a tree. This is a wall, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's right. That's the wall. It is it is gobsmacking.
The size of the branches as well, the ivy. They're huge.
Just trying to crawl through. It is stunning. It is very stunning. And then back in the round tower, which is the safest bit. I imagine, I don't suppose there's bats that rest at the top in those little nooks and crannies.
It could well be, yeah.
Could be.
Strangely though, I've just found some ears of corn. I wonder if there's any ritual things going on here involving corn, because this isn't a corn. This is not a cornfield.
How do you know?
Because you have a look at the crop when we came through it. They're leaved. They're leaves. Unless it was corn before, of course.
Ah, you may have solved it. You may have solved the mystery.
Look, they don't call me Sherlock for anything.
They don't call you Sherlock. But you're right. Who knows?
Yes.
There may be attached rituals or some, white bearded gentleman lured on Norfolk trips to old ruined castles on the pretext of video making.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, boys, come and take him. He's yours.
Did I not hear you say just now it's eerie?
It is eerie.
Eerie?
Yeah.
Corns?
Eerie.
Eerie corn? Yeah, okay.
He's a joker as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we ought to end it there. Just a very short one today. Thank you very much for watching at Burgh St Mary's. A curious thing it is. Anyway, who knows? We'll be out and about, no doubt, doing another... What was that? It sounded like thunder.
That's what I thought.
It sounded the sound. Came down the tube there.
Through that tower.
Through the tower and was amplified. That was, I don't know whether you picked that up on the microphone.
It must have seen me duck.
Yes. Well, there we are. Somebody up there. Oh, it's an aeroplane. It's a jet.
That's an aeroplane that time.
That time. Somebody up there is a bit dubious about us. I think we'd better go.
I think so. Let's get out of it quick. And as we leave, the tower collapses.
Yes. And behind us, we disappeared in a big pile of dust. Well, there we are. Till next time. Don't forget to become a patron and we'll go to somewhere more salubrious.
Yeah.
Till next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.